Hey guys, this is Nick. Out of many genre of games, shooters are one of the most played games ever. And today, we are featuring the best shooter games on PC. We are focusing on recent games, not ones from ancient times, so don't expect Half-Life. This is because we want to feature the current latest generation so you can enjoy everything you can expect from them. Let's start with our first one, Doom Eternal. It received highly positive reviews with praise for its campaign, graphics, level design, soundtrack, and combat mechanics. Doom Eternal introduces more story elements than any other game in the Doom series. It has one true focus, killing demons in increasingly gory and brutal ways. The game continues its predecessor's emphasis on push-forward combat, encouraging the players to aggressively engage with enemies in order to acquire health, ammo, and armor. The player has access to various firearms such as the combat shotgun, super shotgun, heavy cannons, melee weapons such as a chainsaw, the crucible blade, energy sword, and a retractable arm blade called the Doom Blade. Without a doubt, Doom Eternal is one of the best contemporary shooters around. Next, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It is the reboot of the famous Call of Duty Modern Warfare subseries. It is known for its gameplay, story, multiplayer, and graphics. They introduced an entirely new engine for the game, which allows for new performance enhancements such as more detailed environments and ray tracing capabilities. It offers single-player campaign, multiplayer, and a battle royale mode, known as Warzone. The game's multiplayer has been revised to allow for a more tactical gameplay style, including a focus on map exploration, door breaching, and a hardcore realism mode that removes the HUD. The Warzone mode features 150 players, battling either in teams of 4, 3, duo, or solo. Warzone is released as a free standalone game which can be downloaded independently. Moving on to Metro Exodus. It is a first-person shooter game with survival horror and stealth elements. Set in the post-apocalyptic wasteland of the former Russian Federation and Republic of Kazakhstan, the player must cope with the new hazards and engage in combat against mutated creatures as well as hostile humans. The player wields an arsenal of handmade weaponry which can be customized through scavenging materials and a crafting system. The game features a mixture of linear levels and sandbox environments. It also includes a dynamic weather system, a day-night cycle, and environments that change along with the seasons as the story progresses. It is set over the course of one whole in-game year. The game also features 2 DLCs to extend the game further. Next, Battlefield 5. It is a first-person shooter game focused extensively on party-based features and mechanics, scarcity of resources, and removing abstractions from the game to increase realism. There is an expanded focus on player customization through the new company system, where players can create multiple characters with cosmetic and weapon options. Cosmetics and currency used to purchase items are earned by completing in-game objectives. The game features several new multiplayer modes, including the continuous campaign mode, Firestorm, and Grand Operations. The game features a collection of single-player war stories based on aspects of World War II, with voiceovers in each war story's native language. There is also a cooperative mode, where up to 4 players can undertake missions together and feature dynamic objectives so that missions cannot be played the same way each time. Next, Wolfenstein: The New Order. It is an action-adventure and first-person shooter video game where the Nazis won the Second World War. The story follows a war veteran William B.J. Blazkowicz and his efforts to stop the Nazis from ruling over the world. Players fight enemies throughout levels. The game utilizes a health system in which health is divided into separate sections that regenerate. If an entire section is lost, players must use a health pack to replenish the missing health. Players use melee attacks, firearms, and explosives to fight enemies and may run, jump, and occasionally swim to navigate through the locations. Melee attacks can be used to silently take down enemies without being detected. Alternatively, players can ambush enemies, which often results in an intense firefight between the two parties. Moving on to Borderlands 3. It is an action role-playing first-person shooter video game developed by Gearbox Software. The plot is centered around stopping the cult-leading twins Troy and Tyrene Calypso from harnessing the power of the alien vault spread across the galaxy. It can be played either alone or in parties of up to 4 people. Create a character from one of the 4 classes available and take on missions, defeating enemies and obtaining loot from fallen foes or special chests, most often in the form of procedurally generated weapons to vary in damage, range, ammo, capacity, and other special perks. New abilities can be unlocked as the player gains experience. The game also offers in-game monetary rewards and reward items to upgrade your character. Next, Halo Master Chief Collection. Halo the Master Chief Collection is a compilation of first person shooter video games in the famous Halo series. Each game in the Master Chief Collection received a graphical upgrade, with Halo 2 receiving a complete high definition redesign of its audio and cutscenes that are exclusive to the collection. The collection originally consisted of Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, the Anniversary Edition of Halo 2, Halo 3, and Halo 4, complete with their full catalog of extras, including all multiplayer maps and gameplay modes. The games are first-person shooters with vehicular combat that takes place from a third-person perspective. All 4 campaign modes can be played alone or cooperatively. Each campaign has 4 difficulty levels and access to gameplay modifiers known as skulls. Next on the list, Titanfall 2. In Titanfall 2, players control Titans, mecha-style exoskeletons, and their pilots, who are agile and equipped with a variety of skills ranging from wall running to cloaking. Set in a science fiction universe, the single-player campaign follows the story of Jack Cooper, a rifleman from the Frontier Militia, who bonds with his mentor's Titan after his mentor is killed in action. The pilots have many ways to enhance their abilities during combat. All pilots have a jump kit which assists with parkour, double jumping, and wall running. Pilots have more specific abilities unique to each class, which augment their offensive and defensive ability, such as grappling hooks for enhanced mobility or a holographic visual cloaking device. The single-player campaign was praised for its design and execution, and the multiplayer modes for building on the foundation of the original game. Next, Valorant. It is a free-to-play team-based tactical and first-person shooter set in the near future. Players assume the control of agents, who come from a plethora of countries and cultures around the world. In the main game mode, players join either the attacking or defending team, with each team having 5 players on it. Agents have unique abilities and use an economic system to purchase their abilities and weapons. The game has an assortment of weapons including sidearms, submachine guns, shotguns, machine guns, assault rifles, and sniper rifles. Automatic weapons such as the Spectre and Odin have recoil patterns which have to be controlled by the player in order to be able to shoot accurately. The matches are played over 24 rounds, and the first team to win 13 rounds wins the match. And last but not least, Far Cry 5. It is an action-adventure first-person shooter set in an open-world environment, which the player can explore freely on foot or via various vehicles. Unlike previous titles in the series, where the player takes on the role of a set character, the game gives the player the opportunity to customize their character's appearance. While the player has a variety of ranged and explosive weapons to fight with against enemies, the game places a renewed emphasis on close-quarters combat compared to the previous Far Cry titles by introducing a wider range of melee weapons. In addition, Far Cry 5 features a new weapons ballistic system that includes elements like a bullet dropping over a distance to make it more realistic. And that was all for this list. Just get any of the mentioned games and you'll love it. Don't forget to smash that like button if you like the video and subscribe to see more in the future. Bye guys.